Hey ArcheryTalk, this is Lucas, and the big brown truck just dropped off 2 packages from Bowtech. I've been waiting for these for a little while now. I'm excited to check them out. I was actually just at the ATA show where I had a chance to shoot all of the new Bowtech line, but now I'm going to get a chance to dress them up with all my accessories, and we'll see how they go. For now, I'm going to open up and do a little unboxing video on these 2 new bows. First one I'll open here is the hunting bow. I assume this is the Reckoning. I think that's what the box said. It didn't mention anything about the Reckoning X, so I think it's just the Reckoning. So let's have a look inside. Oh, first thing we get is a new Bowtech cap. I'll put that on the side. And then let's have a look inside here. Get rid of the cam protectors. Dig inside the bag. And we'll see what we've got. Yeah, this looks like this is the Revolt, the new Bowtech Revolt, just in black. Specs on this bow is 30-inch axle to axle. I think it's 7 1/4 inch brace height. I think I'm going to double check on my notes. Yeah, 7 1/4 inch brace height and a 335 feet per second IBO speed rating. This bow came in to me in straight black. I generally prefer flat colors to camo. That's just me. I'm open to anything, but those are generally my favorites. And I guess what I've been most excited about testing here is the new tuning system that Bowtech has put on the Revolt for this year. It's the Deadlock cam lock system. So basically, it allows you, instead of using yokes, like which Bowtech used to have top and bottom yokes on their kind of high-level hunting bows. This one is just you loosen your lock screw, and then you can put an Allen key in here and move it left or right, and then the cam will just float along the axle left or right. Then you could lock it back down into place. And so really, it's about as smart of a tuning system as we've seen out there. There's a couple of other brands that have some some other interesting ways to tune, but I've always loved how Bowtech's tuned with the double yokes. I suspect I'm going to like this just as much. As well as you've seen on Bowtech throughout the years, they've got the flip disc system so you can kind of shoot the bows in 2 different ways: a comfort mode and a performance mode. The comfort mode, as you might expect, the draw is going to be a little bit smoother. The bow is not going to be quite as fast, and you probably have a little bit more valley. In the performance mode, you'll get a little quicker, a little bit more of aggressive feeling, and probably a little bit less valley. I generally have preferred shooting the Bowtechs in performance, just because I like the lower let-off feeling of it. But I'll try them both and see which one I like better this year. For the speed test, I'll definitely put it in the performance mode. The draw lengths on this bow, I think, go from 26 to 31 inches, so plenty of room for me anyway. I'll probably settle this in at 30. That's what I'm trying to set all the hunting bows in this year, so I can kind of get as close to IBO specs as possible when I'm doing the speed tests. And beyond that, when I shot this at the ATA show, super dead in the hand. They've got 2 of these little limb dampeners on here, vibration dampeners, which do a great job. I was super happy with that, how both the Revolt and the Revolt X felt at the show. I suspect I'm going to like it just as much here. And they got the newer grip system, the clutch grip system on here. These are interchangeable, so I think you get different angles and such. In all likelihood, I like the stock one. I'm probably going to stay with that. But yeah, I'm going to go set this thing up today and put some arrows behind it. So I'll try to have a first impressions video on this for you in the coming weeks. I guess now we'll open up bow number 2. All right, so here is the Reckoning 38. This is the target bow. Pop that out of the box rather, with my trusty knife. And another Bowtech hat. Put that there. And it looks like this one's in the same color, which is fine by me. Although target bows usually shoot better if they're in brighter colors. I don't know if you know that or not. That's what I've heard from the pros. So this bow is again 38-inch axle to axle. It has got a 7 1/8 inch brace height and a 325 feet per second IBO rating. Draw lengths, let me double check my notes. This one, they're going to go from 27 up to 32 inches. So this will fit the big guys out there. I would assume this is what Tim Gillingham's going to be shooting for Bowtech this year. It has very similar technology as the Revolt does. It's got the same kind of Deadlock cam system, so you can float the cams along the axle and lock them into place. A beautiful thing I should have mentioned about that earlier is, like, even if you change your strings, if you want to get new strings, aftermarket strings, or you wait after a year or two and you just want to replace these ones, the cams are still going to be in the perfect position. Once you find them where the tune is, like right down the center of the bow, so it's pushing the arrow perfectly straight, you don't really have to touch it again. Because unlike when you had bows with yoke cables, you're still going to have to make your twist every time you put new strings on. So that's a really nice feature of this thing. Once you get it set up, you'll be good to go. It's got, oh, I didn't even look at how the other one does. They've got a sliding draw stop on this bow, which I like. That's not what Bowtech has typically done in the past. I've always liked the ability to have a slidable string stop or cable stop system, because that way I can set up the valley and the let off that I want. So sometimes, I want a little bit, a little bit more holding weight or a little bit less holding weight. I can slide those stops in and out, and I can get that set up just exactly how I want it. So this is basically a longer version of the Reckoning 35 that came out a year ago. And Paige Pierce has been killing it with that bow all last year. She was just dominating. So I really wanted to try that bow last year. Didn't have a chance. Really glad to have this one out this year. Again, 38-inch bow. That's about my sweet spot. And I think I'm gonna shoot it well. I'm looking forward to it. I was a big fan of the Fanatic 3, the last Bowtech target bow that came out, of the longer variety. I was sad to see that one go, so I'm looking forward to playing with this one. There's lots of little spots in here to put in kind of weights and dampeners if you want to, top and bottom. Again, I'll have some first impressions videos of these coming up in a little while. But for now, Archery Talk, that's about it. Thanks so much for watching. I'm going to set these bows up and start shooting them and have a little fun.